All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Sunday evening. Another edition of KFTV Postgame Live. Those Knicks could not miss tonight. Back in action at the world's most famous arena against the New Jersey Nets or the Swamp Dragons, whatever, the cellar dwellers, whatever you want to call them. And those New York Knicks would not disappoint, man. 6 Knicks in double figures. The big bodega, Karl Anthony Towns, leading the way with 28 and 12 rebounds, 31 assists. I mean, just look at the stat sheet. The New York Knicks were looking like the Harlem Globetrotters tonight, and it was completely light work, man. 134 to 98. The Knicks get the job done. 6 in a row at home, and 3 in a row in the early season right now, man. CP the Franchise, Alex Chataros on the ones and twos. Call us up in the KFTV Discord with your takeaways from this one. And remember to do one thing for us. Like, share, and subscribe to the number one show for the fans, by the fans. Good to be back. Salute to our franchise channel members. Salute to the replay gang. And let's get right into it. Boys is looking like the Harlem Globetrotters out there, man.
Man, yo, they took a little hiatus. They came back, and they looked even better than last game.
And they looked even better than the last game. I mean, I literally wanted to do the Globetrotters theme song as I seen the ball just going from corner to corner and, you know, the drive and sprays. It's beautiful basketball is what we've been seeing. And I know, you know, like clockwork, Al, in the comment section, it's going to be the qualifiers. It's going to be like, oh, man, it's the Nets. Y'all relax. We didn't do anything. It's the Nets. Listen, we get it, okay? We get it. But you're still looking for positive signs, right? You're still looking for positive signs. You had 6 Knicks in double figures. The ball movement we talked about, beautiful. 31 assists. They almost got to their 43s. They got to 37 threes. The defense was on the money. Mitchell Robinson a plus 40 on the night. I mean, how can we complain? These guys are trending upwards, and they look fantastic right now.
CP, I don't want to hear about any qualifiers for tonight, and I get it. It's the Brooklyn Nets. But let me tell you something. This team just dropped over 130 points again after having a little hiatus from playing basketball. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they dropped 137 on the Timberwolves, a quality basketball team. Then you came back after getting some well-needed rest to drop 134 against the Brooklyn Nets. And not only did you drop 134 against the Brooklyn Nets, we had the C squad out there holding them under 100 points. Okay, the Knicks came out here firing on all cylinders tonight, dominated from start to finish. No question who's going to win this one. And I don't need to hear about the qualifiers. This team is looking like a well-oiled machine at this point. And look, we're still getting some good variations out of lineups, man. I mean, look, tonight you didn't even need Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson to play that much. You got Yabu out there with Brunson, Hart, OG, and Bridges, and it was still looking fine. So this team is just clicking, man. And the offense, you talked about it. They're cutting jump passes to find guys in the quarter. I mean, the one thing I love tonight is that the centers are getting involved, cutting down the middle of the lane, whether it's Mitchell Robinson getting a dump-off pass from Jalen Brunson or Jordan Clarkson with the dime of all dimes to Karl Anthony Towns for the finish. I mean, this team is just – it looks like guys are figuring out what their roles are, CP.
Yeah, when we talked about this offense and reading and reacting, not many plays, but just playing off of each other with the goal of pace and space. And they just look like they're picking things up right now. And Chris Gent met with Alan Hahn at halftime, and he talked about it, the key to that first half, where in the first quarter alone, they shot 7 of 10 from downtown. They shot 65% from the field in the first quarter alone and continued in the second. But Chris Gent talked about it, and you saw it on the court. Their decision-making is on a string. Mm-hmm. There's no more. Well, look, it's still a work in progress. We'll give them that, but it's getting better. You can see it. It is noticeable with this offense. And the drive and sprays that Mike Brown preaches about, you saw that every three-pointer they hit in that first quarter, like the 7 out of the 10, it was all off of, like, nice driving kicks. It was either like a driving kick directly for a 3, or it was like a hockey assist where it was just like the 3 was one pass away. Great job. Great job by them offensively. I thought Jalen did a great job really sparking that. He had 7 assists in this one, but, the wings were diamond. The bench was diamond. Everybody was just moving the ball very well.
Absolutely. It was looking like the old San Antonio Spurs, man. I mean, the way they were swinging that rock around. So
yeah,
it's beautiful. I mean, there's one where I think everybody touched the rock. I think there had to been like 6, 7 passes. It ends up with Josh Hart being at the top of the key and drills that 3.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, maybe his crooked finger is helping him shoot even better. Who knows? But look, this team, they understand what they want to do. And you see that with, as you mentioned, the decisiveness, right? They're cutting and they know, all right, my guy's going to be out there in the left corner. Even in the left corner, all right, this guy's closing out on me, kick it to the top of the key, and they keep working it back around, even if it's a pass back to somebody who's now open because you have a defender who's between 2 guys on the wing who doesn't know where they want to go. Like that, this is the type of stuff that we've been asking for over the couple of years. This is what this front office wanted when they moved on from Tom Thibodeau, not to rely heavily on Jalen Brunson. And that's the other thing, CP. It's not Jalen Brunson bringing up the rock and we're watching him like trying to drain the clock out, right? It's either sometimes he's bringing up the rock, Hart's bringing up the rock, Bridges, other guys. It doesn't matter who. And they're initiating the offense with whoever. Yeah. I mean, think about the one where Brunson gets fouled in the corner, right? That's a catch and shoot 3. This is what you wanted for this guy. This is the type of stuff that you see Steph Curry doing and saying, hey, how do we get our best player better looks, man, so that way he doesn't have to work 10 times as hard. And yes, Brunson could still do the damn thing that he can do. We saw him body somebody in the paint and still get that easy finish off the glass. But you want to get him easier shots as well, so he doesn't have to work twice as hard and he has to be covered in bags of ice resting up for the next one.
Yeah.
So this offense, man, it's looking a lot cleaner. I know it's the Brooklyn Nets, but let me tell you something. Even against a team where you're supposed to dominate, you want to get these reps in so that way it's even better practice for you. And it looked like great practice for them out there tonight.
Right. And again, the competition be damned. It's you want to see execution out there. And that's what you're seeing. It doesn't matter who's in front of them. It's about them executing on the principles of this offense. And you talked about Cap getting the catch and shoot opportunities, but at the same time, you have a lot of guys driving and kicking. McCall is getting into the paint. OG is getting into the paint. Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson. Everybody is doing their job to get that ball moving, and the ball finds energy. Those good shots, it finds energy. And this is how they've been able to create such efficient shots. Once again, 31 assists tonight for the Knicks on 48 made field goals. So just overall, just a great job by them, just getting the ball around the perimeter and finding that open guy and playing very unselfish basketball. And speaking of unselfish basketball or efficient basketball rather. How about Karl Anthony Towns tonight, Al, our player of the game? Boy, I'm sure he wishes he played the New Jersey Nets every night. 28 points, 28 minutes, 12 rebounds, 10 of 17 from the field. Didn't even hit a 3 tonight. Really didn't need to. But shout out to the big bodega, man. Easy work, a perfect 8 of 8 from the charity stripe. And once again, man, only 2 turnovers, 2 dimes, 2 steals. But 28 points for the big bodega tonight, man. Light work for the big bodega.
Light work, man. Bodying people. You saw he wanted the foul call on some of these shots as well. But look, he did everything they needed to do. He was cleaning up around the glass. He was attacking, just cutting down the lane as we're talking about. He was playing. He looks like a guy who was lost in the first couple of games. It looks like he's finding his footing. And that's what I was even saying, that even against a lesser team like the Nets, it gives guys like Karl Anthony Towns an opportunity to work out how Mike Brown wants him operating in the system. And tonight, he did that to the fullest effect. You see this guy just like finishing in the paint, taking on Nick Claxton, getting second chance opportunities, putting it back up there, cleaning up rebounds. It's just stuff that you want to see from Karl Anthony Towns, especially for a guy who, like I just said, was struggling at the beginning of the season, CP. So this not only is it's not only good for the Knicks just because he played well tonight, but it's also a confidence booster, right? You get to dominate in the most efficient way possible. 10 of 17. 10 of 17 from tonight. Doing all your work in the paint, bodying people. How do you not build confidence off of that for the next one? And look, the Knicks are still going on that stretch. And when the Knicks play, who else we got next? We got the Grizzlies up next. You know, you're going to have Jared Jackson Jr. Not saying that Cat won't be able to handle that, but you're playing against a better quality center. Yeah. And so why not go into the next game with more confidence after what you did tonight against Nick Clarkson?
Great points, great points. And here he was after the game with our guy Han Solo, Alan Hahn, the player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns. Here we go.
All right, Kat, that's consecutive games now. This team has scored over 130 points. What has been the key to the offense through this winning streak?
Just playing good basketball right now, getting some good turnovers and then translating them to offense. So shout out to the defense holding strong today and making our offense easier.
I've noticed with you lately also a little bit of bully ball in your game, early on establishing some physicality. Is there a reason for that?
I just want to make the most of my opportunities, go out there and impact the game and keep, like you said, we're doing a great job offensively. We want to impact winning every day.
You've often talked about how much you love to play on this court. It is now a 6-0 start to the season here at Madison Square Garden. What does it mean to win on this floor?
It's always great when you can leave the fans leave the Mecca MSG happy. So we want to keep providing that experience for our fans here at home and keep having them go home with smiles on their face.
There's smiles on their faces tonight. Thanks very much, Kat. Mike, 24 and 12 he's averaging during the 4-game winning streak.
All right, so that was a big bodega. Karl Anthony Towns with Alan Hahn, 24 and 12 during the homestand. A light 28 and 12 tonight. And look, this is what you want to see Towns doing. This is what we know that Towns can do. Dominating inferior competition, especially physically and just overall just stature. Like there was nobody on the Nets that could check Karl Anthony Towns tonight. He saw that. He saw red. Didn't force anything. Everything came naturally. The guards and the wings did a good job of feeding him. We saw a lot of two-man action between him and Jalen Brunson, attempting to get things going offensively. We've seen a lot of that lately, especially when in the first half, in particular, when the Nets were putting two on the ball and all outright double teaming Jalen Brunson to try to get the ball out of his hands. So you saw the big bodega just at times trying to be that release valve, but also the rest of the team just getting him involved. So overall, great job by Towns.
Yeah, and I'm liking the cutting from Karl Anthony Towns this year, man. That's something different that we haven't really seen a lot of. It's usually, remember last season, he gets the ball at the top of the key. He wants to drive. You get it to him in the post, or he's doing a trailing three. It's nice to see him cutting down the lane and being utilized that way because, look, it's going to be tough to stop a guy, a 7-footer who's barreling down the lane with his strength. So good for him, man. Good for him to be, and I like what Mike Brown is just doing, just incorporating the center. Same thing with Mitchell Robinson, man. Find the trailing guy. Find your tallest guy to get the easy buckets. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Going back through the game storylines, over the weekend, I talked about, I dropped a clip on my Bleacher Report series talking about OG and his potential to make the All-Star, to potentially go to L.A. as a reserve. And a lot of things I talked about, obviously his defense is a staple and that's automatic. But his offense has also been impressive, just the way that he's finishing at the rim at a high clip and his three-point shooting. But I also had looped in Mikal Bridges in that conversation. Like, Wingstop is on fire from three for the Knicks right now, and in particular the corner three. Coming into this game, they were, I think, 47% from the corners. Now tonight from three, both of those guys combined 8 for 11, and a lot of those, maybe all of those, I got to go back through them, were corner three-point looks. And oftentimes finding each other for those looks. So, again, give credit to OG and Mikal because they are out the gates hot and they look fantastic right now, bro.
They're doing a great job. And not just offensively for Wingstop, defensively as well. I mean, how about the turnovers? I mean, we got the signature OG gets out in transition and gets his dunk too. But defensively, these guys are making an impact as well, just stopping guys, playing well on the perimeter, playing good in the paint. This is what you wanted, right? This is exactly what you wanted when you thought this idea of like getting multiple wings on a team. So tonight, easy matchup. Not a lot of guys that can create on the perimeter, and these guys were just taking advantage. But for the three-point shooting, this is also what Mike Brown and even Tibbs was preaching, right? Is that the corner three is the shortest shot, fracking him down. And why not find your guys on the shorter side to knock down threes and make it easy? And you saw it's hard for even a team to cover that corner three. So if you can continue to generate good open looks from there, and these guys are just going to knock it down at a high clip, no telling what this team could do once it's really in full motion.
Yeah, true indeed. Great and great points by you. So another great night for Wingstop. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. Mikal with 16 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from downtown, and OG with 19 points, 8 rebounds. That was another thing I talked about with OG. His rebounding numbers are up. Last year he was averaging around 4 rebounds per game, 4.8. I said that is too low. The dog has got to snatch more boards. He got 8 tonight. He's averaging like 6.5 coming into this game. He had 8 tonight, 4 on the offensive side, and his offensive rebounding percentage is also up this year. So it's a great job by OG. Now, there's a lot of factors contributing to this. Number one, the Knicks are shooting more threes. And so there are more opportunities, especially to get the offensive rebounds. But give credit to him. He's finding himself in the right position to snatch them, and he's aggressive at that as well.
Right now, he is 4th, right? He is 4th right now on the Knicks leaderboard when it comes to rebounding. Number 1, Karl-Anthony Towns with 12.8. Mitchell Robinson, 8.7 with the 3 games that he has now played. Josh Hart with 7 boards, and then you have OG with 6. And the next guy after that actually is Mikal Bridges. He's close to averaging 5. It's 4.9. But those are your top rebounders. And I think there's been an emphasis this season on grabbing boards because last season the Knicks weren't so great at grabbing boards. And you saw even when it came to battling with second chance opportunities and missed shots, especially when teams were missing threes and they had to go catch the long rebound, Knicks weren't really great at executing on that. But I think Mike Brown has really preached not only are you knocking down your shots, but you're limiting the opponent's chances as well. And so grabbing boards defensively and offensively has been on the all-time high right now for the Knicks. So let's see where they're at right now this season. Knicks currently as a team for rebounding, they are 7th. They are 7th in the league right now, averaging about 48 boards per game. Number 1 is the Houston Rockets, averaging 49. So that should give you an idea how close they are at the top.
There we go. 1,300 people on the check-in. Welcome to all of our viewers here, especially our franchise channel members. This is the number 1 show for the fans, by the fans, KFTV. Hey, we're going to welcome the Nets fans in here too, Al. They got no options, man. It's either, you got to listen to Pooch. Maybe you got to listen to Evan Roberts, that turncoat.
No. Evan Roberts is tuning into this, CP. What are you talking about?
Oh, right. Evan's watching us right now. So Evan's not even giving the people anything to listen to. So we welcome the lowly Swamp Dragon fans, into the arena here. Everybody's welcome, man. This is one of those shows we open the door. It's an open door policy. Just be kind in the chat, or else you will catch tomatoes. Let's talk about our role player of the night. Who do you guys in the chat feel like the role player, the bench player of the night was? Al, we got to talk about our guy, Cardiac Clarkson, gets the game role player of the game award tonight. 11 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 2 steals, 3 assists. Hey, we got to shout him out, man. Jordan Clarkson is playing good basketball right now for the New York Knicks. And, hey, a big spark off of the bench, man. A big spark off of this Knicks bench, which was a big question mark coming into this season. And so far, we'll wait for the rest to catch up, but so far, the Clarkson addition, especially in the last 3 games, has been paying dividends. And I like his overall floor game. He's been patient. His ball movement has been great. We saw the sick dime that he had to Karl-Anthony Towns in traffic. But he's still being aggressive. So, like, for example, the first shot he made, he was looking, he was probing, he was looking for guys, and then he gets into his bag. And, look, for somebody coming off the bench, that's very beneficial for the Knicks. I'm going to live with the cardiac nature of his game, man. We need something like this. I'm going to live with it. I'm good with it.
You can't even call him Cardiac Clarkson tonight. Honestly, he was very controlled tonight. There was no cardiac in his game at all.
Not at all. He was great tonight, man.
Dude, phenomenal. And the thing that I think that people really need to recognize, and look, I get it. Out in Utah, you got nobody. You could go be as erratic as you want to because anyone can do whatever you want out in Utah, okay? Danny Ainge doesn't care. He can't get anything, can't do anything. Might as well just go out there and play. Here, he's like, yo, let me be a playmaker. Let me find some guys out on the perimeter. Let me find guys cutting the lane. Let me go create my own shot. And my favorite is when he's next to Brunson, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Just because you get 2 guys, who are you going to guard in that situation? And look how he was even getting to the rim. Like, he's not going to be a physical imposing player. but he's going to get you with that herky-jerky motion and just like keep you off balance. And then slowly but surely, he'll work his way to the cup. And next thing you know, he can just float that thing in, man. So I thought for tonight, his game was the most controlled I've seen it as a Knick. And hopefully he could just continue to keep playing like this, man. And look, this is another game where we're talking about Jordan Clarkson scoring in double digits. Like, he's giving you double digits off the bench, okay? Double digits off the bench, and he had 3 assists. And he only played 18 minutes. So to get 11 points, 3 assists, 2 boards, that's a very efficient night, especially going 5 of 8 from the field. Man shot over 60% from the field tonight.
Yep.
This guy gave you everything you want. Like, I know Josh Hart is a true 6-man right now, first guy off the bench. But when you're looking for a scorer to come off the bench to be a playmaker too, Jordan Clarkson right now for the last couple of games is giving you everything like that. Now, of course, there's going to be some games where we're going to be scratching our heads at some point.
Yeah.
All right? There's going to be games like that. But as of right now, look, man, you got to like what he's giving you because we saw what Campaign gave us last year. So you got to be thrilled with this.
Shout out to Terry Johnson if he's watching. But with Clarkson to have, even at the price that they got him, the potential to have somebody who can potentially break down a defense off your bench can't be understated. The Knicks didn't have that last year. Deuce was good in his Deuce role, but I mean, a guy, just like as Clarkson showed, late shot clock, things are breaking down. You're not getting the looks that you're getting. The passes aren't open. Go make a play. And he did that in this game several times, and he finished strong tonight with that little one-hand like turnaround hook. He hit like 3 of those in the paint, almost in the same spot. And then he hit the 3. And as you said, I like the way that Brown has him playing off of JB and trying to create some havoc with those 2 guards in the lineup. Clarkson in the first half finished with that starting 5. And when I say starting 5, I say that meaning like all 4 guys without Mitch, because Mitch is usually, kind of that guy that they sub in and out for either Deuce or for Hart and things of that nature. So it was Clarkson, Brunson, Wingstop, and Cat to finish that first half. I like it, man.
And I like it, man. I do like that potent offense. And I think let's talk about that, man, because let's talk about some more lineups that Mike Brown continues to trot out there that I just find very interesting. Today, in I think it was the first quarter or the second quarter, he went between like what I want to say is like the all offense and then you had the all defense. And let me just pull up my notes here because the all offense was Brunson, Shamet, Hart, Cat, and McCall. So like I get Hart's not like the most, lethal shooter out there, but with all the other guys, you have 3-point shooting surrounding him, right? Josh Hart, and then guys who can all get downhill and get to the lane, or even get to the mid-range spot, being McCall and Brunson. And it's like, wow, you got a lot of shooters out here. And he like Mike Brown went completely all in on offense for a bit, saying, I'm going to run a stretch of just all offense. Let's get some numbers. Then what did he do after that? He swapped out 3 of those guys, brought in Mitch, OG, and McBride to play with Hart and Brunson. Then I'm like, oh, now we're playing with the all-defense lineup right here, outside of Brunson. And then what did you see with that? You see Mitch get a block, they get a dunk on the other end. You see OG, you see Josh Hart get a steal, find OG out in transition. Those guys were causing havoc. And I think the best possession was Brunson was bringing the ball up, tried to pass it to Mitch. Mitch fumbled the pass at the top of the key. Nets get it. Then you just see what all those defenders can do. They were out there in rotation, stopping them. Even though it ended with the Nets getting a wide open look from the right corner 3, they missed the shot. Hart gets the rebound. They go back to the other side, then they score, and then you get that OG transition score on Mike. This is where Mike Brown is showing, hey, let me try some different lineups out here. Let's get some defense a little bit, switch it up so that way you think we're going all offense. No, now match our defensive guys. Let's see if you can score on these guys. Oh, now you got comfortable with our defensive matchup? No, let's go all offense now. Let's try it out, man. I like it.
He's mixing and matching out there. And speaking of the Knicks head coach, here he was meeting with the media after the game. We'll play a little bit of this. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to read the super chats right after this. But in the meantime, here is Knicks coach Mike Brown after the game. Here we go.
I thought our guys did a really good job in the second half Michael Porter Jr. is a really good basketball player, and he had 22 at halftime, and we addressed it, and I thought our team led by OG, because that was his matchup, they did a good job coming out, trying to be more conscious and aware of where he was on the floor. And, he ended up with, I think 3 points in the second half. Also, something else we addressed their offensive rebounding. They had 10 offensive rebounds at halftime, and they got long athletes that crash the glass. Clarkson, Clowney, they're terrific on the glass, and Sharp is terrific on the glass as well. And so, our guys did a nice job coming out and keeping them off the glass. We didn't feel we played great defense in the first half, especially with them scoring 40 points in the second quarter. And our guys did a great job of tightening it up. They scored a total of 36 points in the second half, and that was a great awareness with all of our guys defensively. Our level of awareness picked up. Our level of physicality picked up as well. We had 3 verticalities, which is huge for us. I think that's the highest number we had. OG had a big one in the third quarter for us. And we had 12 deflections in the second half. So that tells you right then and there that our level of physicality, awareness, all that other stuff was there for us, and it translated into what they scored and what they shot from the floor. And then on top of that, we ended up with 48 baskets and 38 assists on those 48 baskets. And, we always talk offensively, hey, touch the paint and spray it, touch the paint and spray it. We ended up with 18 sprays, which isn't bad. Felt we could have probably had more. And then 15 offensive rebounds. We had 15 offensive rebounds for 25 second chance points. And, both those areas we're big believers in, and our guys went out and got it done. Mitch, by the way, was the defensive player of the game. I don't really fall into the plus-minus stuff a ton, but, another amazing stat. He keeps throwing up these stats that are amazing. He played 16 and a half minutes. And he was a plus 40, to impact the game that way. And again, I'm not a huge believer in it, but to see a number like that in the short amount of time that he played is just amazing.
It's still crazy. Shout out to Coach Brown. Congratulations, good win. And shout out to Mitchie. So Mitchie's going home with the Timbs tonight. He might hang him off the back of the truck. But you got to find the content out. Once you find the content, send it over to us.
I just sent you the New York Knicks thing for defensive player of the game with Mitch. So
okay,
see he's trying to run away from Mikal Bridges over here. I don't know what Mikal's trying to do to him.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get to him. Hang on, hang tight. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's laugh at this as a family. Here we go. Here's our guy. It's about time he got it, man. Well-deserved. Mitchie, ain't no snitchy. Shout out to the Glocks there. He's on the Discord, too. He'll be on tonight. Mitchie's going home with the Timbs tonight, baby. Long overdue. You could have made the case he could have gotten it in the Timberwolves game. But shout out to the Block Nest Monster. As Mike Brown said, 60 minutes, a plus 40 on the night. And Mitchie showed out tonight, man. Well done. Well played by the Block Nest Monster. Excellent job. And you notice, Al, Mike Brown, he started off his post-game press. The Knicks dropped 137 points, 34 points. He started talking about their defense. They shut down Michael Porter in the second half. He talking about their deflections and getting after it on the defensive end, their ball pressure, their physicality. We have to maintain it. And that's what I'm saying. You could talk about who you played and how you and who they are. But we could also give credit to the Knicks for not taking them lightly and going out there, respecting the opponent to know we have to stick to our principles to get the job done. And yeah, based on who they played, they won by, damn near 40 points.
Yeah, they didn't take lightly the Brooklyn Nets at all tonight. And just as the rhyme animal Chuck D said, right? Earlier in the season, this team has to play being serious every single matchup. They can't sleep. They can't walk in there and be like, we're good. We'll be okay. And tonight was one of those nights where you, as a Knicks fan, how can you not be proud that your team went out there, took care of business, which is what you asked for from this team on a regular. So they went out there, did what they needed to do, and they looked they looked like a team in another class. That's what you want to see too. You didn't want to see, oh well, this is a close game between the Knicks and the Nets, and where does this team actually stand? No. They clearly separated themselves, saying, we're at the top of the food chain. You're in the basement. Stay there.
Yeah. Here, Mitch, he had a couple of words. He's a man of very few words, but he had a couple of words after tonight's win with Bill Pito. Here was Mitch. Here we go.
Your defense was dominant in the third quarter. You, again, were all over the place. How are you able to do this night in and night out and make the most of your playing time on the boards and on the defensive end of the floor?
Since the new system, how it is, and 3-minute stretches and stuff like that, so just go out there and play hard.
Your defense.
That's what Mitch's, that's what the plan is. Go in, go hard, and get out of there, man. Go home in the truck, man. Listen to some Kenny Chesney or whatever he's into, on the way home.
I think he's listening to Morgan Waller right now at this point.
Okay.
I think that's what he constantly posts.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Oh, what's the other guy's name? He's got that track. I like that track, man. What was his name? Shaboozy? What's his name?
Shabuzi, yeah.
I rock with him.
Shabuzi's good.
He's good. I like him. I rock with him, man. I'm an eclectic guy, Al. My music taste, it's very expensive. Very expensive. Shabuzi.
Next thing I know.
Shabuzi.
Next thing I know, you're going to be listening to, like, Irish Gothic music coming out one day. Who knows?
Yeah, so shout out to Mitchie, man. He's got that. He sticks to his country music. Shout out to Mitchie and the defensive player of the game. All right, let's shout out some super chats, and then we will get to some calls. We'll take some calls. So to everybody in the chat, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Great show, great flow so far. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Happy Sunday, because the Knicks got to win. When did your football team win? Mine lost.
They did
in spectacular
they did win
fashion.
Today. My Jets did win today.
All right, we'll save that for the end of the show.
We're on a 3-game winning streak right now.
Congratulations. We'll save that one for the end of the show. But congrats to you. Shout out to Ray Noblezza, Al 1680 franchise channel member and number 1 on the chat leaderboard right now. Says very good business-like win today. The Knicks didn't play with their food. They look more comfortable with Brown's system and look comfortable within their roles. Them corner threes are lethal. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And as a matter of fact, in speaking of the corner threes, I found this one, Al. I think I did send it to you. Let me just double check real quick. I think I sent this to you because this one came up too earlier today, and this was interesting. This is from the All City podcast. Corner three-point attempts per 100 possessions versus corner three-point percentage on corner three-point attempts, and look where the New York Knicks are. Here they go.
In a class all by themselves.
In a class all by themselves. So there we go, man. They are about 14 three-point attempts per 100 possessions, and they are at 45% on those corner three-point attempts. And like I said, OG and McCall are leading it by a mile, man.
Dude, it's good shots too that they're taking. It's not like these, there's going to be some highly contested shots, but as Brown talked about on the last post game, they go back, they have their guy look at all the threes that they took and see what's close, what's wide open, what's close, and all that type of stuff. And these guys are generating really good looks from three. It's not like they're forcing any shots, which is what you want for this team. This is the other thing I'm talking about when you talk about moving on from Tibbs, that you want to create a smoother offense for everybody where it looks like they don't have to work twice as hard outside of Brunson. And these guys aren't, man. They're knocking down open looks. Like, some are going to be contested, like the one that Brunson took tonight, but for the most part, these guys are just getting wide open looks at the rim, and they're converting at a high rate at this point.
Shout out to Rambo from Tampa, Al, franchise channel member, leaves a super chat. Shout out to Rambo. He says, I love bum nights like this. Stay blessed. Shout out to Rambo. I guess he's going to sleep. He don't even want to put in no work tonight. He said, it ain't even worth the energy. Let me just see Rambo's about that balance. So he's about to go in. He's probably on a date night tonight. He catches up because he knows this week's schedule gets a little tricky because you got Tuesday, Wednesday back-to-backs. We got another back-to-back next week. You got Memphis, Orlando. So Rambo knows he's got to put in the work now and Monday so that he can tap in on Tuesday, Wednesday. Plus, we got content coming up. We got a show Monday. We got shows Tuesday, Wednesday. So Rambo knows what he has to do to get to the number one show for the fans, by the fans. Good job by him, bro. Great
He's
job, Pie.
sipping and skipping
Sipping
to
and
the
skipping.
bedroom tonight.
Sipping and skipping. So shout out to Rambo, of course. Okay, let's load up the callers. Let's load them up on the Discord. I see the Glockster. We're going to get to the Glockster last. Of course, Yuri, go ahead and kick us off. Yuri.
Yo!
How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Good to hear
That
from you, man.
Brooklyn pack is kind of mid. It ain't worth it. Trust me.
It's got a lot of
Brooklyn pack
stems
is
and
not me.
seeds in that Brooklyn pack, right? Yeah, they're notorious for that, man. They're notorious for
Yeah,
that.
they're very notorious for that. We're gonna ditch that to the side if you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I would
Negative
not
100.
recommend it. No.
Mitch ain't no snitchy. My man Mitch makes this Knicks team so much better. Mitch, he ain't no snitchy. Congratulations to Mitch. Shout him out. He killed it. He was the defensive player of the game, by the way.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, he was. They actually posted the pictures up.
Yeah.
And Mike Brown, welcome to getting compared to David Fitzdale. Because someone... So, yeah, they posted the picture of David Fitzdale being down by 30 points, and they compared it with Mike Brown being up more than 30.
Yeah, it's
so,
ridiculous.
Mike Brown, that is your introduction. You're now a Knick coach.
Yeah.
That's a tradition among Knicks fans.
Exactly, man. How about the ball movement tonight, man? 31 points, 31 assists, rather, 48 made field goals. Ball movement, man.
Loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Loved every minute of it. Every single minute of it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I loved it was because if this was Tibbs, we would have seen at least about 50 Jalen Brunson ISO plays or 20 ISO cat plays. Everything is so smoothly now, getting JB into his ISOs and getting Cat into his ISOs. It's not a grind no more.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see when money time comes. Now it's looking good. We're still in the honeymoon phase. Everything is good. We haven't even gotten to 20 games yet. But so far, you could see the principles of this offense coming together. You could see the intent, what they're trying to do, which looks really good right now. Looks really good right now.
I said say give it 15 to 30 games.
Okay.
And I'll give you the right response. But I'm going to say give it at least 13 to 20 games.
Okay.
If they keep firing on all cylinders. Yeah. So that's how I feel. It looks like Mike Brown's got the pulse of this team. He's got the players running behind him. And Mike Brown said something very important in the post-game chat. He said, essentially, if you win a game with a lackluster effort, you build bad habits. I want these players playing 48 minutes of basketball. If you win a game with good habits, you will go far in the postseason. My job is to get these players playing 48 minutes of basketball.
There we go.
And they took care of business against Brooklyn tonight.
Took care of business, man.
You couldn't be any more happier.
For
I
sure.
take my leave.
Absolutely. Great call. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Yuri on the Discord kicking us off tonight. All right, we're gonna keep the calls rolling now. We'll go back to backs on these. First and foremost, before we get to his call, we got to shout out to Superchat. My guy Ben Skrilla tonight. Let's shout out Michael White, the OG franchise channel member, and he drops a $10 Super Chat. Number 2 on the chat leaderboard. He says, "Yay, the New York Knicks NBA champions." All right, so Mike White, not only did he drop bread, he's also in the future. He's in June of 2026. So shout out to Michael White for getting us there and seeing what was happening. Let's get to him. Hear what he got to say. Michael, please unmute your mic, sir, on the Discord. Welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir? Good to hear from you.
I'm doing great. The Knicks are doing everything I expected. It's so great to not have any controversies.
Yeah.
And we're on our way. We're on our way.
We on our way.
I gotta ask you, man.
Yes.
I gotta ask you.
Yes.
Now I told you should come to Dallas on the 17th, man.
I know, man. I know. But go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you ought to come down, man.
Yeah.
Of course, Dallas ain't no good, but
yeah, I know. And that's another
I was
thing.
hoping they better.
Yeah, that's another thing. Well, without Kyrie and with AD just being a walking disabled list, it's kind of hard for them to stay consistent. But, well, the thing is that we're doing Orlando. Shout out to Orlando, Al. Orlando, the world tour,
When
the
we
road.
going to Atlanta? I might go down. You know what I like? Orlando.
Orlando, sir. Orlando, sir. Not Atlanta.
Yeah,
We ain't going to Magic City. We going to Orlando. We're going to Disney World, sir. We're keeping it family friendly, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be honest. I wish we were going to Miami. Then I can say I would go.
Listen to this guy, buddy. I'm not going to any of those spots with you, man. I can't go nowhere with you, man. I can't. Man, we can't hang out like that, Michael White.
I could take you to places you've never seen before, and you'd be so amazed.
No, I'm good, man. You send me a postcard though, man. You send me a postcard, man, in the Discord.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
We'll talk tomorrow, sir.
All
right. We have to get him out of here. He was going south. You know what I'm saying?
Uncle Michael White trying to say, "Hey, CP, I can show you a good time."
Uncle's ready to take the show off the rails. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. We are not in KFTV After Dark. It is still a family show. He was totally disappointed when I told him we're going to Orlando, not Atlanta. He said, "Oh."
He was ready to go get some lemon pepper wings.
OG was tight. He said, "Oh, my bad to the people of Orlando. No disrespect. He doesn't speak for us. The views and opinions expressed by Michael White are not the same as those expressed by KFTV. We are looking forward to seeing you guys down there at Mickey Mouse Land. Okay?" Yeah.
See, he was hoping to get some old E to go hang out, kick it on the block.
He for sure. Didn't he say Atlanta? He was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get to Atlanta." I said, whoa. We ain't going there just yet, OG. Slow down.
Didn't he go to Vegas? Didn't he talk about going to Vegas?
He was trying to get to Vegas. He didn't see me there. I was not there.
If this team makes it to the NBA Cup, the Emirates Cup, watch out.
But shout out to Michael White. Call back anytime. Rate that call in the chat. It's funny. That was funny. So the chat is going. They're just cracking up right now in the chat right now. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, Orlando, November 22nd, the Road Warriors World Tour is coming to a city near you, Orlando. The Saturday, the 22nd. More details should be coming out later this week. I'm still finalizing with the venue, still finalizing with the people. Got to get the tickets and all that. But Orlando, they've been telling us, Al, you got to come down to Orlando, and we are going to do that on November 22nd. All right, so Orlando, look out for that. Okay.
I can't with the super chat from Steve.
Which one? Shout out to Steve. Heartman for me knows Steve. Let's shout him out real quick. Shout out to Steve. He says, "Why Michael White sound like the old man that be offering popsicles on Family Guy?"
That's crazy. You say Michael White's coming out here like, "Hey, CP, you want a good time, CP?"
Oh, my God. I'm about to be crying on this show, man. Oh, I'm about to be crying on this show. Great show, man. Shout out to Michael White. Shout out to Steve. Corey Mitchell says Michael White's in the bathtub. Yeah. I can't hang out with you, man. Come on, man. Al's married. I'm about to be married. We can't go out with you, Michael White. I'm sorry, man. And it's Sunday. This guy's talking about all kind of heathenous things on a Sunday, man. Come on, man. Sunday, man.
CP, I got a bottle of OD for you. You want some OD?
I can't be entertaining these things on a Sunday, man. I start my Sundays all pure, I catch a good sermon, I'm tapped in.
CP says, "I'm going to be at church." Hold on.
Yeah. I go through church in the mornings. I go through my usual Sunday steps, man. I can't be talking about that type of stuff, man.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Michael White, though. All right, let's get back to the phones.
Rare just says he needs some holy water.
Yeah, that's right. You need to get into the good book, man. This Sunday, Michael White. Come on, bro. Anyway, let's get to SDG Nick on the Discord. SDG with the Garden Report. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I thought it was a solid win. I mean, Knicks got out the gates early. It was 8-0 and never looked back. One thing I was really proud of is the fact that they didn't really let off the breaks too much, especially because I thought it was like 62 points they gave up in this first half. And then I liked the defensive intensity that they came out with the second half. Like, despite them being up, I think it was like 77-62, they still made adjustments, and it was to tighten up defensively. And they only allowed, I believe it was 36 points in the second half. So I like to see those adjustments. Michael Porter Jr. has some tough shots in the first half, but no, I thought everyone played well. I mean, looked like a well-oiled machine, really.
Yes.
As long as the shots continue to fall like that, the team looks really well, because we've seen certain games when that's my concern, is like when the shots don't fall, are they going to change the way they play? Like, if they're not falling from three, are they going to get to the basket? But right now, when the shots are falling, everything looks great.
But you know what else, though, STG Nick? At least so far, right? Every game it may not be like this. Look at what they're doing on the offensive boards. So, you have situations now where they're not only shooting the ball efficiency almost at 50, 40, 90, they're getting offensive, they're getting more possessions as well, even when they miss.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good unit right there. That's a good unit. Mitchie's a spearhead. OG with 4 on the offensive glass. Who else? Let's take a look. OG had 4. Mitch had 3. Carl had 3. Hart had 3. Clarkson had 2. So they're getting the second chance opportunities now. They had, 20-something points on second chance points?
They had, let me pull that up real quick. On second chance opportunities at this thing below, Knicks had 25 second chance opportunities to the Nets 11. 25 points off of second chance opportunities to the Nets 11. And CP, for a fun fact, guess where the Knicks stand right now with regards to offensive rebounding in the league? Where do you think they placed?
Second to the Rockets.
Look at you. You're on top of it.
Thank you, sir. I do my research. I do research. You know
all right, let's see how good you do this research.
I don't just play a conductor on TV. No, I actually I study this stuff.
So then what's the difference between the separation between them and the Rockets?
I couldn't imagine that much. I mean, they're up there, man. What is it? You tell me.
Rockets are leading with 15.3. Knicks are right behind them with 15.2.
There we go. So we're right there.
And also,
we might as well.
Just wanted to add one more thing.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add one more thing also about the rebounding before I go, because that's what made like the team so good, like against Cleveland and even against Philly and those teams, is the fact that Hartenstein and Mitch, they cleaned up the offensive glass. Like that's what made those teams have such good like offensive ratings. And now the fact that we're shooting the ball better and the rare misses that we do get, we're catching offensive rebounds. That's going to be insane for sure. But
I think for me, especially
I'll see you guys.
Good to hear from you, man. I think for me, especially when it comes to the boards, with Mitch, given that he didn't even start the season off with them, and he's not playing on the second nights of back-to-backs, and they're still able to be in this position, I think you got to give credit to the guards and the wings for rebounding at a higher clip. And again, is it the case where it's more threes and they're getting longer rebounds? But either way, they're snatching them up, and they're doing what they got to do to generate more possessions.
Yeah, and look, this is what you need from this team too. I mean, great teams are able to create second chance opportunities even when they're not hitting their shots, right? So that's the biggest importance about Mitchell Robinson. I mean, it was always him and Steven Adams leading in that category before Mitch got injured and missed all of last season. Those two guys were leading the league. And with Mitchell Robinson back and even playing limited minutes, the fact that you're getting those second chance opportunities, and here's the other thing, CP, that we're not really talk about. Mitch's finishing around the rim is much better than it's ever been his entire 10 years at Knicks. I mean, think about it. He's got the finger roll around the rim from different angles, right? Before he just had to go back up with the dunk. He couldn't just like get it off the backboard, just finger roll it in around the rim. Like, it is much better than it has been. And that's from the work he's been doing this offseason and even starting last year. And so if you're going to add that where Mitch is grabbing boards and he can easily go up and get some of these finesse finishes around the rim, it's just difficult to stop at that point because he's also going up with brute force too. So it's like you have no idea what he's going to do. So if he's going to throw you off your game, sure, he's not the greatest free throw shooter there is, but more likely than not now, he's going to finish around the rim. So he doesn't have to kick it back out, man, to even look for a better possession unless, he's in a lot of traffic.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Block Nest Monster for sure. And speaking of Block, Al, I want to shout out one of our sponsors of tonight's show, and that is Square. And especially when we talk about blocks, let's talk about the local neighborhood spots, your local small businesses. Those, Al, are the lifeblood of a neighborhood and of a community. And it's very important that we are supporting our local neighborhood spots, man, because these are the businesses that make the neighborhood the neighborhood. These are the places that become an extension of home. And when those neighborhood businesses thrive, Al, the whole neighborhood thrives. When we show up as a community, it can mean big business for local business owners because that money spent in the community, typically, it's the goal to stay in the community. And that is why our friends at Square are sponsoring today's show, because Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. So take this ad as an excuse to go support your favorite local spot and have yourself a day in the neighborhood. Go to square.com/go/KFTV to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Shout out once again to Square. See you in the neighborhood. So make sure, hey, you guys are going out there. You guys are probably listening to this show on the Monday grind. Go to the bodega, go to a local spot, get you a little, egg Sammy, bacon, egg and cheese, get you a coffee or something. Start the week right. And you got post game on in the air. You're on the grind. You're ready to go. So make sure you guys are supporting your local businesses. And once again, shout out to our guys at Square for sponsoring today's show. Okay. All right, we're moving and grooving now. Let's get back to the phones. We see the Glockster. He's ready to come back. Let's get to Christian P. Christian P. on the Discord. Get on, mute your mic.
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, how you doing, man? Long time.
Doing good. How about yourselves?
Yeah, hey, good win. Can never be bad.
Great win.
I can never be bad off a win, man.
Yeah, I mean, just the takeaways from the game. I know STG Nick made a point about the shots not falling, but what I would counteract that point is that this is the best slow start to Jalen Brunson's tenure as a Knick. Usually he starts off chilling in the beginning of the season, unlike, other stars around the league. We see Luka, we see Maxey coming out really hot. He really ramps up as the season goes down, and we know that the shots aren't going to fall like this every night. But that's what we got the captain for.
Yep.
That is what he is here for. And I think when we get in those slumps, as the season progresses, he's going to carry us home. And the other thing I wanted to hit on that is a theme, hopefully a theme for the season, we're 6-0 at home. The Garden is, in the past 3-4 years, has been a place where other media outlets have said this star is going to go off or this star is going to go off because they love playing in the Garden. If we got a theme for this year, I want people to hate playing in the Garden. And this is not just the players, but the fans that are there in the arena, the people that are watching on all the different outlets. Be tough on these opposing players. I don't want any more dice rolling. I don't want any more choke signs. I want us to lock down home court if that's the theme for this year, one of the themes for this year, because I'm really tired of it, and it seems like historically, yeah, it's been a theme, but like in the last 3 to 4 years since the Trae Young playoff performance, it's really been something, a big thing, and I just want to win at home. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you. 6-0 so far. And look, just taking care of whoever's in front of them on the schedule. But I said earlier this week that this is an opportunity for this team to go 3-0. They did that. They're at 6-3 on the campaign right now. This is the get right. This is the catch up. They started off pretty good and then hit a little tough 3-game road trip where they lost to Miami, they lost to Milwaukee, then they lost to the Bulls. You come back home and you clean things up. Now next week, competition gets a little bit better. Should be able to handle Memphis, no problem. But hey, any game you can lose. So they got to come out with this same focus and same two-way pressure. And then you have Orlando, who's also been struggling, but a team that will be physical and play the Knicks tough. And then you finish out the week. You get a chance to get revenge and an NBA Cup matchup, Al, against the Miami Heat. And look, the way that the Heat are playing, and no matter where Orlando is, I'm always big on season series. Got to get those wins. So just say they lost a tough one in Miami. That was very much a winnable game. Go get that one at the Garden. Because then they go back to Miami for a home and home. So go get that one and try to win that season series by going to Miami and taking that one there.
Yeah, go win that season series against Miami. And look, it's another mini series. We had one against Chicago. Let's see how you can execute against Miami. And hopefully they can win both games against Miami, because now that you had a little taste of how they like to play at the beginning of this season, maybe you should be able to come back, especially defend home court, continue your winning ways at home. And then you go down to Miami and say, all right, we made the adjustment. Now they can't stop us, because once again, you should come out saying that you're in a different class than Miami. All right. They're going through like a soft little rebuild right now. Okay. You traded Jimmy to the Golden State Warriors. You're trying to figure it out. Terry Rozier is in legal trouble. You don't like, you got some nice young players on that team. Obviously, you still have Bam down there, but you know, you don't really have much firepower on that roster. So the Knicks should go out there and go dominate and go have that mindset to dominate. Now, I know Miami plays fast. They're athletic. That kind of goes against what the Knicks are really good at, but they should go out there and still figure out a way to go win these games, man. You're in that category where you're competing for a title. Go act like that against a team that you already played earlier this season.
Great point. Great point. And you know what's been what they've attributed to Miami's early success so far, or early start?
Good Lord. What?
Their read and react offense with Eric Spoelstra. Read and react.
Well, it's different when the read and react involves a lot more ball movement.
Sure.
You know.
No, I'm not saying that to say Tibbs, but I do remember, even with Mike Brown, even when they lost the 3 games in a row, people are like, oh man, this guy, he doesn't run plays and it's his offense and this is not working. Like, this is where the league is going. This is where the league is going right now.
Yeah.
Less predictability, more ball movement, more player movement, more short, intense spurts, and going deeper into the bench. That's where it's going.
It is. And, you know, and I know I'm going to bring up a name that not many people want to hear, but I saw this reel on IG, and it was with Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, talking about how where the league is trending right now when it comes to breaking down plays. And I think he was with Julian. Was it Julian? Yeah, I think it was with Edelman. He was talking to Edelman about this. And, you know, it's just like, for basketball today, it's not going to be that same complex playbook that you saw when you had with Melo in the early 2000s, right? Today's game is, attack the paint, spray it out, and constantly keep moving and just read what the other player is going to do. It's not even when you think about what the Celtics were doing with Rondo running point guard, right? And just knowing where guys were going to be at all times. It's not going to be like that anymore. That's not the direction of this league. And just for some players, he outright said it. There's just some players who don't have that type of IQ to really break it down like that, to go that deep into like the playbook. So that's just kind of where the league is going. I'll take it from a former NBA player on what he's seeing in the league. And I thought that was one of his more candid analysis that he was given recently.
Shout out to Blow 1500. Everybody, welcome Blow 1500 to the franchise channel members. We got a couple others. Shout out to CFA 2618, FDB 007, Malik Shabazz 1225, Fabian Aramaris 424, Queen Strong and Proud of It. Salute to Queens. Jamel Moore 1366. Shout out to Frotint 4563. Shout out to DJ Eric L. Beats. He'll be on the 1s and 2s for the Knicks versus Heat game. We are having the next watch party. Will be this Friday at Clinton Hall 36 in New York City. This Friday, Knicks versus Heat, Clinton Hall 36 will be the venue. We'll have our official flyer and RSVP and all that. Details will be out by Sunday night, Monday morning for you guys to go. Free for everybody to get in. So make sure you guys pull up. We'll have giveaways. We'll have game audio, of course. Giveaways, great food, great vibes. Make sure you guys pull up to the KFTV experience if you have not already. But DJ Eric L. Beats says, after the first 5 games, Knicks fans were crashing out. I told them that it's way too early. Last 4 games, they are showing you what they're capable of so far. And certainly looks good. Let's take a look at the key stats of the night, Al. Let's take a look at it. And Knicks shooting 53.9% from the field compared to 40 for the Nets. 45.9 from 3 compared to 30 for the Nets. Knicks shooting 80% from the charity stripe. They go 21 and 26. 46 boards. They out-rebound the Nets 46 to 38. The Dimes 31 to 21. Knicks get 31 assists here. on 48 field goals made. Again, turning teams over and being opportunistic. The Nets turnover 19 times, leading to 25 Knicks points. Knicks conversely 14 turnovers, leading to 18 net points. Fast break battle, 18-4. The Knicks clean house there and dominate in the paint, 58-36. This was a wire-to-wire victory, Al. And you also mentioned the second chance points where the Knicks dominated as well. So all across the stat sheet, it was all Knicks tonight, man.
Biggest thing for me is the assists. Right now, the Knicks are currently, after 9 games, they are 10th right now. They're in the top 10 with averaging 27.2 assists. They finished 11th last year with averaging 27.5. So good to see Brighton early in the season that the Knicks are not losing that trend of what they were able to work on last season, which is sharing the rock. And I think it's going to even be better this season, just what we're seeing right now. Of course, with assists, it's not only just passing, you got to connect on those shots, but the way that this team is playing and the shot diet that they're taking, it's really just like anything close to the rim or threes. And the way they're shooting right now, the assist numbers should go up, but very encouraging from what they did. And the other thing that I really appreciate from this game was attacking out in transition. This is a team that, would pick and choose its battles last year, even parts of this to start this season. But the fact that you come out here and you just dominate in that category, 18 fast break points to 4, Knicks were trying to take every opportunity from using their defense to lead to offense. And that's what you want to see from a team that has championship aspirations. They always say, offense wins games, defense wins championships. Well, no better way than doing this than turning some defense into offense, because you're going to need that once you get to the postseason.
This is true. Do me one quick favor. I'll tell you my key stat. Do me one quick favor and just take a look at Fred Katz's last tweet. Let me know if that's something that we should take a look at. Somebody texted it to me, but I didn't get a chance to open it just yet. But just let me know if Fred dropped anything. But my key stat is going to be, since you went with the assists, I think my key stat is going to be the threes, the 3-point shooting. And in particular, the 3-point efficiency by this team right now. Knicks are shooting the 3 ball very well. And right now, tonight, they shot 45% from downtown. And so the fact that they are top 3 in both attempts and makes, and while the efficiency is lower, the shot making hasn't been there, especially when you look at it in the season's totality through these 9 games. But you can see that I think this is legit in terms of, you go through the season and you go through the early points and you wonder what you're seeing in terms of trends is sustainable and what is legit. I think based on what we're seeing through the flow of this offense and their goals, they're going to hit that 3-point volume. Based on how the ball is moving and now the players that they have to generate those threes. McCallum, OG are letting it fly. You have Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. Now you have Jordan Clarkson added to it. And now you have a confident Josh Hart, who's not afraid to shoot at this moment of the season. Deuce McBride as well. So based on the personnel and the offense itself, I think the Knicks are going to continue to generate close to those 43s a game. Right now they're making them at a good clip, and they've been efficient at it. So that's where I'm going for my key stats tonight, man. I'm going to go with the threes.
Okay, I'm looking at this Fred Katz tweet. There's a couple of them. Outside, you had one with talk about Mitch's plus 40 in 17 minutes, but Fred did tweet something about threes, and he said, a great sign of a healthy offense is corner threes. The Knicks, who lead the NBA in corner 3-point attempts, just created 11 more in the first half against Brooklyn, 9 in the first quarter. For perspective, their league leading per game average is 12.9.
All right, there you go. So exactly what we're talking about here, man. They're generating the good looks, and you said it also, like these aren't heaves, these aren't jacks, like these are good quality looks here at 3. You can't knock it, man.
Here, and to even add on to that, I got Queen of the Glass open right now. When it comes to frequency for 3-corner threes, right now the Knicks are number 1 in the league with 14.4% for corner threes. Following them is San Antonio with 13.2, and then you have Atlanta with 11.3. But the Knicks have attempted, let's see if they can give me the attempts on how many corner threes. They've attempted 881 corner threes so far.
Wow. That's
this
crazy.
season.
That's crazy.
881 shot attempts from corner three. That's insane. Now, with how many makes, wait a minute. Hold on. That's attempts. Let's see. This is getting crazy. Hold on. Let's say, is that for the whole league or what's going on here?
Yeah, take a look at that again. Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's a lot. Hold on.
That's 100 a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a look at that again. Take a look at that again.
Because right now I see for the makes and wow. Right now they're saying the Knicks have made 58 out of 125 corner threes.
There you go.
So I want to know what Queen of Glass, how they get their attempts. That's very interesting because they're showing different attempts for. I don't know if this is full total shot attempts.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It is 125. It's 881 shot attempts in total, but 125 is the corner threes that they've taken. They've taken 125 corner threes.
There you go. It's new look
and they're
Knicks,
second in
baby.
the league with 46.4%, right behind the Houston Rockets.
Hey, the New York Knicks are performing at a high level. And speaking of high-level performance, Al, we got to shout out our second sponsor of the night and a new sponsor at that. Shout out to Doer. Shout out to Doer, specializing in men's and women's performance apparel, man. Shout out to our friends at Doer, man, because you guys know me, Al. I'm always on the go, man. Either I'm here for post game, I'm at the Garden, I'm at the live watch party, I'm flying, I'm going for the Road Warriors event, so I'm always on the go, and because of that, I need my jeans to be able to keep up. That's why I've been rocking the new Doer jeans, and they just sent me just this week their performance jeans, their performance tapered level jeans, and let me tell you, it's a game changer, Al. These things, 5 times the stretch of regular denim. So whether I'm hustling through NYC or post up at a watch party, they move with me. They're made with Cool Max technology that keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cool. And they're even antibacterial, Al, so they stay fresh longer. Less washing, more wearing. That's a win in my book. It's that perfect combo style, like jeans, comfort like joggers. You look sharp, you feel good, and you're ready to take on whatever the day throws at you. So do yourself a favor. Go to shopdoer, DUER.com/KFTV right now and get 15% off your first order. That's shopduer.com/KFTV for 15% off your order. Trust me, once you put on a pair of the Doers, you're not going back to the old jeans, man. Shout out to Doer, made for the Doers and made for the franchise. Shout out to our friends at Doers for sponsoring tonight's show. New sponsor. And check out the collection, man. Shopdoer.com. All type of jeans, all type of pants. You got khakis, blues, whatever you're into, whatever your style. Check them out at shopdoer.com. Okay. All right, moving and grooving. Great show tonight. Let's get to the callers, and we'll wrap up, man. South Jersey Knicks fan, you up next.
Hey, what's up, fellas? This was a great win. This is one of those wins where you expected the Knicks to blow them out by 40. We really should blow them out by 40. I mean, you know, the Knicks are obviously the better team. I'm so proud of this team. I know it's early. You can see I'm not knocking Thibs. Thibs did a lot for our team, but you know, last year and the years before, our offense was predictable. And when you look at this team now, I mean, man, the ball movement is insane. It's beautiful to watch. I mean, it's just amazing to watch. It's just, you know, and all those threes they're shooting, I feel like they're pretty much good shots because they're moving the ball so well that they're creating all these great shots. And, you know, I know it's still early, and actually I think that this team is going to look even better. You know, they're still learning the system. And you know that this team, I wasn't so sure if we could win a championship under Mike Brown, but now like I see what his vision is and what he has for this team. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what he wants. He wants ball movement, you know, corner threes, play defense. And tonight, I mean, I know it was the Nets, but they're still a professional team. And we were killing it from all levels. I mean, the bench, you know, open shots, ball movement, defense, steals, and I love it. And I can tell you, I rock my Knicks gear all the time. I live in the Philadelphia area, and let me tell you, Philadelphia fans hate the Knicks. Hate the Knicks.
Oh yeah,
they hate the Knicks. Yes. So Alex can maybe attest to this, but I'm not sure who's the worst fan base, Philly or Boston, when it comes to hating New York teams. But I think they're running neck and neck. And let me tell you, like when I go to the gym, I still play basketball, and I come in with my Knicks hat, or I might come in with my Brunson jersey, and they just kind of like roll their eyes at me a little bit. I'm like, that's fine. You can roll your eyes at me, but I'm still gonna rock my Knicks gear. So, you know. But anyhow, I love what you guys are doing, man, and you know you're keeping it real for the fans. And this was a great win tonight, and let's go Knicks.
Appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate that. So to you.
Man, who's the worst fan base between Philly and Boston? They're both different, man.
Yeah, they're both special. Shout out to those people. Shout out to South Jersey Knicks fan for holding it down. Al, rest in peace. The legend, Lenny Wilkens, man. We lost Lenny Wilkens tonight. He became an ancestor. Shout out to Lenny Wilkens. We'll be doing something, man. We'll be doing something. Give him his proper respects. Send him his flowers. Steph sent out a tribute tonight. Lenny Wilkens, man. Legendary player. Legendary coach. Rest in peace to Lenny Wilkens, man. Became an ancestor tonight.
Absolutely. Rest in peace.
Okay. Let's take a shout out to, we got another super chat that came in from Corey Mitchell. Shout out to Corey. His super chat says, CP Alex, what would you sign up for in regard to win-loss record the first 20 games of the season? Mitch is imperative. Wrap them up in bubble wrap now. All 82. Let's go Knicks. Salute Knicks Nation. All right, well, let's take a look at the schedule here, shall we, Al? Let's take a look at the schedule, man.
Oh boy, here we go. Now we're counting wins and losses.
We're back to it. We did this at the beginning of the season. We back to it now. What are
we doing? You know, it would have been great if this was like the 10th game and we do it every 10 games. But
all right, hey, you said it. We can do it, man. No problem, man.
All right.
It's your show, man. Whatever you want to do, we can do, man. Okay.
Well, you're the conductor, CP. So I'll let you do that.
I'm all for it. All right, so we're 9 in the book. So let's go through this next 11, okay? So you got home versus Memphis, home Orlando, home Miami. So the remainder of the longest home stretch of the season. Memphis, Orlando, Miami. Then you go at Miami, at Dallas, at Orlando, at Brooklyn, at Charlotte. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Home versus Milwaukee. It's an in-season tournament game, NBA Cup game on Black Friday. Home versus RJ and Quickly in Toronto. And then at Boston. Right? So am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. At Boston. What are you expecting there?
2 losses.
Oh! So you going 9-2.
Hell yeah, baby.
Let's go. Alex has jumped out the window, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody clip this up. TM clip this up and see if he's right after December 2nd. He's going 11-2. I mean, he's going 9-2. 9-2.
I'm believing.
Okay.
I'm believing in this team. Look, you got Memphis right now. Ja's not doing the damn thing. New York is in a much better position. They're going to go out and destroy them. Shout out to Verno, man. But look, you got no chance against us, okay?
Okay.
Then we got Orlando. They're going through their struggles. New York it's home, man. Let me tell you this. I got them winning the next 3 games at home. They're going undefeated at home during this homestand.
Okay.
All right. Miami going down there. I think they're going to win that one. Dallas, I think they'll win that one. This is where it gets funny. I think Orlando figures it out and actually gets us on this one. I feel like this is their get back. Then we bounce on track, get back on track, beat Brooklyn, beat Charlotte. Milwaukee's tough.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's a tough one.
Okay.
That's where I think the other loss is going to come from. We beat Toronto. We beat Boston. That's where it is.
Okay. All right. Here's where I'm going. I'm beating Memphis. They're cooked. Jaws, they're done. They're done. Beating Memphis. Beating Orlando.
I swear to God.
I
swear to God.
They say you can't beat a team twice, home and home. We're going to sweep the Miami series.
That's what I'm talking about.
We owe them revenge. We're going to sweep that Miami series. And you get a little bit of rest. You go down to South Beach Friday to Monday. We're going to win that. Dallas.
No one goes out this weekend. No one goes out of Miami.
No one's going out. No one's going out. Yeah, that is tricky though. They did put him out there for the weekend.
They did that on purpose.
That's tough. That's a foot trick. That's tough.
You know, Liv is about to be popping for these guys. Jordan Clarkson's going to be there. He's going to be like, "Yo, guys, let's go out." Cat's going to want to go to Liv as well.
That's a loss on Monday.
Oh, come on.
So 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. You convinced me. You sold me. So 3-1. All right. Dallas win. At Orlando, we're going to be there, so that's a win. At Brooklyn, win. At Charlotte, they're cooked, win. Milwaukee, revenge, win. Toronto, RJ quickly homecoming, win. I think they lose to Boston.
You're going 9-2 in a different direction.
I'm going 9-2. I'm going 9-2.
On a Tuesday in
now
Boston,
that second night of a back-to-back Orlando is tricky. I think that is a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Depending on how quickly they dispatch Memphis. It could be 8-3, but I'm going 9-2.
Man.
Yeah. I changed my mind respectfully on that Miami one at home, on the road. After a weekend.
We might catch CP down there that weekend.
Yeah. So there it is.
Man, come on, man. We got to sweep the. We got to take this. Come on, man. You talked about. Hold on. You talked about taking the seat. Well, they got one more game against Miami, I guess, so they'll get an opportunity. But
yeah, those road trips are hard. I mean, you go Miami to Dallas, then you're going back. Why? That made no sense. You're going from Miami to Dallas, and then you're going back to Orlando. Then you're going to Brooklyn.
And then to New York.
And then you're coming back to Charlotte. That's crazy.
All right,
it's not that far, but it's still crazy, though.
Hold on one second.
It's crazy.
Makes
no sense.
Dude, you could easily have gone to what? Who made the schedule?
I mean, venue availability has a lot to do with it, but still.
Bro,
it's crazy.
I mean, you couldn't swap Brooklyn to Charlotte? Like, you're going to go back to New York and then fly back out? That's craziness.
So the Black Friday game could be a little tricky. They're on a 4-game. Yeah, I mean that Brooklyn game's not really road, but Black Friday could be a little tricky.
No, it's it's
Thanksgiving-itis coming over.
It's the summer. It's the vacation home for the Knicks. Man. Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm sticking with it. 9-2. You sticking with it? 9-2. Let's go with it. Let's go for it.
But first up, Memphis with Ja, who looks uninterested.
Ja Wick coming to town. Yeah. Ja Wick is coming to town. So there it is. All right, good exercise. Shout out to Corey Mitchell. And they said we need more segments here, Al. So we'll work on that good exercise there. And we'll meet you back here after December 2nd for the next 10 prediction. All right, we'll meet you guys back here for the next 10 prediction. Okay, let's wrap it up on the calls. Let's go rapid fire. Molly up first. Molly, how you doing? Molly going once?
Hello?
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm good. Yeah, we took care of business today. I didn't want to talk about that game. What I'm just annoyed about right now is like just seeing Detroit #1 right now. I know it's still the beginning of the season, but just seeing Detroit #1 just like gets like on my last nerves. And like I'm like looking on my phone when do we play them? We have to wait all the way till January to play them.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a bloodbath, man. I think they've got that circled on their calendar for sure.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask you guys, you and Alex. Like, do you guys have like games like on your calendar like that? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm getting up for this game, basically. Like,
yeah.
You guys have any games like that?
OKC.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I'm with you on Detroit.
Yeah, just because like that Detroit series, like, even though we won the series, it still left like a bad taste in my mouth. because how hard we had to fight just to win that series. But yeah, I can't wait to play them. But that's all.
They also hate us. That's the other thing. They clearly hate us. So they can't wait for that battle.
Yeah. You know that.
So I can't wait for that. But you guys take it easy.
All right, man. You too, man. All right, shout out to Molly on the Discord.
I want Molly. I want to see the Knicks play Detroit. I mean, see all that conversation of Cade being better than Brunson. The aggregators are out there trying to get all the Knicks' attention because, they got nothing else better to do. But Detroit, man. We already took care of Cleveland. I'm not worried about Cleveland.
Yeah.
Detroit. Look, man, we took them out.
Fight.
They battled that series. Don't think they're not angry. Don't think they're not saying, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on." They're seeing the news. You know how these teams go, man. The egos are out there. They're seeing everyone talking about New York. Oh, this is the runway for New York to get to the NBA Finals. Yeah. Who's in their way? This,
beef
that, and the
stew,
third.
All that nonsense. Beef stew,
and Detroit.
Whatever.
Detroit's like, man, we really have. In their heads, this is what I'm saying. This is what they're thinking. In their heads, they're like, yo, we made that team work.
Yeah.
We made that team work. We almost had that team. Give us another chance. We're going to take this team down. And what better way to then, like what they did during the regular season prior to, because, they had our number for a little bit during the regular season last season. Don't think that they're not going to look at this as a primer for the matchup for the postseason if they get matched up with us. If we have to see them at some point during the postseason. So they want to send them. They're going to try to send a message.
Sure.
And I think New York should come back knowing that they're going to try to send a message and send a message right back.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Good stuff. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Carlo from the Philippines. Carlo, jump in here, man. How you doing, man? Do we have Carlo?
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Kamusta kayo, mga sir?
How you doing, man?
Yeah. First of all, rest in peace to Lenny Wilkins. And in my opinion, I think we could have had a better record in 03-04 if Antonio Macdice is healthy. And let me take this opportunity to my fellow Filipino Knicks fans living here in the PI. We are literally sitting ducks in the past few weeks, but just to let you know, we survived an earthquake and 2 hurricanes, including a Category 5 hurricane that rampaged us this morning.
Wow.
So I was still able to watch the game.
Glad
and go to work
hear
safely.
that, man. Glad to hear that. You're all right, man.
Yeah, my family is safe thanks to the Sierra Madre Mountains that protected us. Anyway, just a quick comment. As the vice president of the Cardiac Clarkson Hive, I approve this game by JC.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
He's now playing with poise and no cardiac moments at this time. He was even mad for fouling out. It's not enough for him. It's not done yet, but he did well in this game. And
yeah.
The Nick Clarkson losing streak is there. Everyone's better in this.
The Claxton curse, right? The Claxton curse.
Everyone is better in this system, and now we see a dominant bully ball cat from Brunson to Diawara. Everyone is playing like a whole unit. Shout out to Mitch for deserving the defensive player of the game.
Yeah, Mitchie, man.
Yeah, but however, Yabu is not doing too well. I don't know how can Coach Mike Brown is going to figure this thing out, because right now Winnie the Pooh has its nose stuck in a honey jar for far too long. I'm getting impatient. So if Leon Rose brings back Precious for Yabu, I won't be mad about it. So my last question, and I will hang up after I will hang up the Discord after this. How can we address the Yabu situation, and do we keep him in the rotation or make him play garbage time?
Yeah, right now it just looks like he's on the outside looking in. He's looking very situational. He's looking like garbage time minutes, and the way they're flowing right now, they don't really need him. So, we'll wait. We'll wait and see. But is it a situation where you have to question whether or not he can adjust to being situational? Meaning, can you impact the game in those little minutes? Can you give the team a jolt of energy, a defensive big play, a big block, a big rebound, offensive rebound that turns into a three? Like, those are the type of things that he's going to have to do to make an impact, because he's not going to get a lot of time to just be throwing up the nephew, let me get a jump shot. You know what I'm saying? And it takes him a couple hours to get that jumper off. So he's not going to, we're not going to have time for all of that. Or get off the pot.
But look, they brought him in here as a depth piece. They didn't think of him necessarily going to be, a guy that they're going to have to rely on heavily on a night-to-night basis. But you have him in here to be that, small ball five that we got to see him tonight. Play the four. And I feel like for him to get comfortable, I think it's one like situations like tonight where you're blowing out a team. You get him in the early in the third quarter, fourth quarter. So that way he can get some run and get his conditioning up, just get his confidence back up. It's going to take reps for him to get ready. But, just like Clarkson, he was in a system where he just had full reign to do whatever he wants. So, look, I trust Mike Brown with how he's working these rotations right now to say, all right, if I see it in practice, you'll get more minutes. And then on top of that, let's see what you're doing throughout the game. And are you going to be making that much of an impact? As of right now, he hasn't. So, and like you said, CB, they don't really need him right now. But you know what I do? You know where I do expect him? When you're giving Mitch that rest, I do expect him or Huck to get some minutes there, depending on who the opponent is, who's the center, who's the backup center. That's what I do expect for him. That's where I expect him to get those minutes. So has he had those opportunities yet? Tonight he had that opportunity. We'll see what happens moving forward. Maybe on that back-to-back, right? If you're talking about the back-to-back to Orlando, if you're not playing Mitch, maybe he does get some minutes over there because – I understand you got Wendell Carter on that team playing center, but I feel like against that matchup, I forget who the backup is right now. I think it begins with B. Bazel? Was it Bazel?
Yeah. Goga. Bataze.
Bataze, thank you. Bataze. That's a guy who you could probably match him up against if you're going to rest Mitch.
Good points. Second night of back-to-back. Hey, this week could be an opportunity for him, whether he plays against the Magic or he plays against the Memphis Grizzlies. Time will tell come Tuesday. But speaking of Mitch, you mentioned the name.
Yeah.
And we got to bring him in. The Glockster, ladies and gentlemen, to close us out. Cody Glock. How you doing tonight, sir?
Yo, I'm in the placement. It sounds like I'm in the placement. Yo, I'm doing great, Silly Ping. You feel me? Yo, shout out, man, Skate. Man, I take care of the ball profusely with utmost friction in my mixing, no testimonials, half moon crescent with the little Nas going on. Yo, listen, man. Yo, so we gonna cut to the chase. You feel me? Like, Max B is home. We don't got no time for the games. We gonna cut to the chase. Let me tell you something about Mitch. Yo, since I like Mitch, since I slow slish now. You feel 16 minutes plus 40. 16 minutes plus 40. Yeah. There's still people that you see. I'm not supposed to be loud right now because the baby's sleeping. Okay. My wife, she doing the schoolwork and all that, but it's my turn. It's my house. Since like yo, there's people saying trade this man still. And to them, I shall introduce you to an acronym. SYBAU. Last game, 9 O boards in 15 minutes. SYBAU. First few plays of the game, his impact was felt instantly, leading the league in offensive rebounds on load management. Yeah. Trade Mitchie, right? Shut your bitch ass up, man. Family show. Family show. I apologize. But, bro, we putting bubble wrap on fine china, bro. Because we don't want it to break in transit. Like, if you got $1 million shirt, you're not going to wear it to the bodega to go get some grabba and a chopped cheese. You're going to wear it to a wedding or something. If you're saying trade Mitchie, I'm a firm believer that you know just as much as basketball as I know geometry. And I had geometry first period every day my senior year. And whatever perception you have of Cody Glock, if you think a guy like Cody Glock was arriving at class 8:30, then you have some logic. You've had the same logic of the trade Mitchie person. Let's talk about Wingstop, right? Mikhail and OG, they like the Wonder Twins out there. Like, they like Keenan and Kel out there. It's seamless. Bon apple freaking teeth. Like, I feel like for an hour I've been saying corner three. I've been burning myself out saying the Peter Griffin corner three. Like, I ain't seen Mikhail miss a corner three in like 3 games. Same time last year I was complaining about his shot. This year, every time he's open, I feel like he's gonna make it. I feel like everything's going in for him. Triple OG, right? He's been playing like an all-star, bro.
Yeah.
He deserves a defensive first team spot, bro. And I believe he will get it this year, man, as well as an all-star nod, if he keeps it up, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cap, you see Cat is tapping into his inner manito, man. And that's all I ever wanted for him. He started off the game backing down the Gowanus Canal gremlin, ready to give him the Alex Saar treatment. Like, I want him with that mentality every match. Every matchup he gets, he's been in the league too long. Yeah, I know you're one of the best shooting big men of whatever. One of the best shooting 3 people. But you also 7 foot, 250 plus pounds. Get angry at the world. Get some machismo about yourself. You in New York now. Dunk everything. I always said if certain players had killer mentality, they would be completely unstoppable. If Cat had that Giannis mentality, like, he'll kill everything. I love the shooting, but this is the Cat I want to see for real. Jordan Clarkson, he giving me a lot of reassurance right now. It's great to watch. He's going to make his mistakes, but he's easing into the offense. And I haven't seen him be a crazy liability on defense yet. And I love how Mike Brown let Yabu loose in the garbage time. Gave him minutes to get off and get comfortable because he gonna need it, bro. Yabu gonna need that, son. Yeah, we moving the ball on some 2014 Spurs vibe right now.
Yeah.
Brunson doesn't have to overwork himself. Josh is coming back to normal after CP say, yo, Josh, we got your back. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You see where Silly P talks to somebody? Yeah. It goes good. Landry Sham, you try to dunk on the Gowanus Canal guppy baby for fun. You seen that?
Let's go.
You try to dunk on somebody. We blew the Nets out by 40, sent them back to Flatbush to go chill with the Tugs. Yo, shout out the Tugs, them in Flatbush, yo. I can't wait to give the Grizzlies hell. I can't wait to give them the belt on Tuesday. We about to grab that 1 seed from the Pistons real soon, man. Shout out Nicky Pipes, man.
Yeah.
Shout out CP Free Throws.
Always.
Shout out Alex, my grandma brother. Yo, shout out Digimon. Shout out to the Wave, man. They freed Max B.
Shout out to Big
That's
Avell.
A pure indication.
Big Avell.
It's a pure
they should have had him at the Garden. What the hell? They sent Max B to the Jet game. They almost sent him back to prison. Like, bro, you should have been front row at the Garden.
Happy about that one. I seen that one. Alex saw him at the Jets game. Yeah, yo, I think Max B is a Jets fan though.
Okay, all right. That's his team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Wave is back. You feel me? If y'all need an indication that New York is back, this is it. Yo, did y'all know that New York Nico directed a video for Max B before?
I didn't know that. I just spoke to Nico 2 days ago.
How much can one man contain in such a manner? Like,
shout out to Nico. He's going to be listening to this on Monday morning, shouting you out. I did not know that. I literally just spoke to him on Friday. He didn't tell me that.
Crazy. The Wave is back. New York is on fire. I'm about to go make some beats. Hopefully I could get a placement for Max. y'all need beats, hit me up, man. Last but not least, shout out to my boy Dresito. Shout out Bobby B. And RIP Lenny Wilkins, man.
RIP.
Brooklyn legend. NBA legend. And RIP Marshawn Nealon, man.
Yeah.
Best wishes to his family, man. I'm out, ma.
Yeah.
Peace.
Salute to the Glocks, man. Throw some 5s in the chat for the return. Regular season return of the Glockster, Cody Glock, man, makes his regular season return today. People's been asking about him. Where's Cody? Where's Cody? Listen, man, if he can be here, he will definitely be here, you know. And he let us know. So I expected the return for the Glockster, Al. Good to hear from him, man. Good to hear.
They threw up the Glock signal. He came through.
Yeah.
He did the damn thing. We know who Cody Glock is, man.
We know who he is. We know who he is, man. So anyway, great show. Great show. Once again, rest in peace to the late, great Lenny Wilkens, man. Rest in peace. He became an ancestor tonight. And, you know, just losing a lot of legends of our time. Lenny Wilkens was certainly one of them. And we'll be sure to do something on the NBA Report. Most likely this week we'll have a tribute and a memorial for Lenny Wilkens and his contributions to the game for sure. Al, on the football front, congratulations to you, man. Congratulations, you guys got a win. We lost in spectacular fashion as usual, you know, but I'm okay. I'm all right, man. It's just part of the acceptance of being a bad team.
That's very mature of you, CP. And I know what it's like to be there.
You know,
I'm still there. All right, we just got
look at
like
us.
I said,
look at us, man.
Look at this team, man. I mean, the Jets. They say they're on a 2-game winning streak. It's 3. All right, we won the bye week. We didn't lose that week. It's a 3-0 win streak for this team. All right, we somehow dominate the state of Ohio because we could beat Cincinnati and Cleveland. So
yeah,
it's on the up and up, man. But look, they did a fire sale. Looks like they need to do more fire sales. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, where I'm at with the G-Man, I'm at the acceptance period of the season. But I liked how this game went. We saw more brilliance, more flashes from our quarterback, who's looking like he can be franchisee. You know, he can hold it down for at least a couple more years while he shows us some more skills. But he looked good. And just like any losing team, they lost. They flamed out in the end. You put in Russell Wilson and you're guaranteed to lose. So they did that. So you got to win in terms of the quarterback looking great on the road, hostile territory. And you got to win in that they get closer to the top of the draft where they need more talent and get rid of half of the team and get rid of the coach and get rid of the defensive coordinator.
Get rid of Dabble now.
All of them. Everybody can hit the road. It doesn't matter when. You know, like all these people are fire him now. What's the difference? Who cares? They're still going to be terrible. Don't matter if it's now or if it's August. Clean it up. Clean up the house. Get the draft pick. Jackson Dart is the truth. Let's go. That's it. I don't care when it is when they fired him today. What difference does it make? They'll still be a terrible football team. I'm not looking to do any. I'm not looking to win. We're not looking to win here. We're in the acceptance period of the season. Forget the winning. Just let me see Dart play well. That's it. That's it.
Now, here's my other question. Now, you don't have Napier, you don't have Scadaboo on the you know, these guys are injured, is what I'm talking about. You're gonna put Dart in bubble wrap and wrap him up and be like, all right, man, we've seen enough.
No, he needs against. They have the hardest schedule. Let him take his lumps, and he's taking a lot though. He's got to kind of pick and choose his battles because he's getting clapped around out there, and he left with a concussion. So he's a little too fearless, if you will. I like him, but he's a little too fearless. But no, I think the experience is good for him against tough competition. It's just very unfortunate that he lost Chambers, he lost Scadaboo. You just left thinking, what if? And especially on the road, Denver, this game, even Kansas, like they had so many winnable games this year, but it's the mark of a bad team. I've seen Giant seasons like this, where the season's over and you're like, man, if we would have just won this one, if we would have just finished this game, but you can't because you're a bad team, and that's what bad teams do. That's it.
Look, the Jets are in the opposite position. We do not have a quarterback. Justin Fields is still, a journeyman quarterback, but you get 2 wins for us. Is it that Glenn is the actual coach? Is he going up the same career path as Dan Campbell, like his former head coach out in Detroit? Is he following that same career path where he's getting these guys to buy in and cleaning the stench of just being a perennial loser? So that's why I people were talking about, because I saw some people talk about, Jets just need to lose, go get your top draft pick. This team needs more than that. This team needs more than that. They need to get into a winning mindset because we have been too comfortable for the last 10 plus years losing. And by the way, with the trades that we did, we got enough draft picks. and you can even still sell some of those to get even more draft picks for this year and the upcoming season. We don't need to lose to go get the number 1 pick, but just go out there and win, man. I just want to see some winning football for once.
You play to win the game. Great job, Al. Great job, all the mods. Salute to once again all the franchise channel members. I missed one super chat. Shout out to Cliff Curval, 8149, $5 super chat. Says, love that NYK MSG home cooking. We doing a lot better than the New York Rangers right now. Hashtag defend home court. Yeah, that's another team that just can't get out of their own way. But hey, long ways to go. Great show. See you guys tomorrow for the lunchtime edition of KFTV Live. Al, great show. Have a great week. All the mods, have a great week. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, man, that's the word. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.